collections, classics, customs, restorations. This is Crossroads Beach Shop. Hey, welcome back. This is the Crossroads Diecast Speed Shop, and I'm Skip. And today on the turntable we have a Ford Model A Custom 31. It is a new car for this year, 2025. And it's going to be the car that I'm going to use for the Diecast International Builders Wild Wasteland build. I thought this was kind of a cool thing, so we're going to make it. We'll make it rusted up and look like something that was out in the Wastelands, and get that all set. So we're going to move on with our build. Okay, just to show you a little bit of what to do. Just put a couple drops, doesn't need very much, just a couple drops right in those mushroom holes right there like that. Again, taking the 5/64 drill bit, and do it for about a count of 5 there. You make sure you clear the ferrules out of your drill bit. Like I say, you might have to go just a little bit longer, but just like that. You don't need to put more tapping fluid in, because usually that oil stays right on there. Back one needs just a little bit more. There we go. So we got it all done. Going to need to take it and kind of smooth that off a little bit so you get a better tap when you go to tap it. But we'll move on. Okay, well, we've got our little 31 Ford Model A all drilled and tapped. Let's take it apart. Let's see if we can take a look and see what it looks like here. Just taking it all to pieces and stuff like that. Not a whole lot to that interior and stuff. You can make out that it is a steering wheel though on it, and I like the cross on that. Looks like something that you'd have in the Wastelands on those headlights and stuff. So we'll kind of detail that up a little bit. We're going to strip the body down and get that all set up. Probably touch up the base. So there's not really anything on the base to do anything on it. We're going to take care of these wheels. I like these wheels, and they're going to be something I might use for another custom. But for now, I'm going to take them off, and we're going to get some other wheels that are more like something you'd see out in the Wasteland. I'll move this camera just a tab. So anyways, so we've got all our pieces apart, and now let's move on with our project. Builds coming up in the shop. First, we have our special custom 57 for Jeff of All Trades. Then we have the 4 Horsemen JDM build at the end of September, and then October 5th we have the Diecast International Builders Oktoberfest. So hope you'll click the like and subscribe buttons so you won't miss out on any of the videos. Okay, well, we're back, and we're making some progress regarding the wheels on our 31 Ford Model A that we're going to be using for our Wild Wastelands build. Taking off the wheels that came with it. Those are pretty sharp wheels, but I'm going to use those for another project. But for this one, I thought was really good is I got these off-road gray 6 spokes from Hot Wheels. I thought those looked kind of aggressive for the back, and then I've got some Steelies, white wall Steelies for the front. I just thought those would look kind of neat. So those will be the ones that I'm going to be using for this build. And again, a little bit of rub in there, so I might have to do a little bit of right there on the thing, but that won't be too hard once we get this thing stripped down. But otherwise, it's pretty much a roller. So let's move on.
Later.
Okay, well, we're back, and we've been working on our Diecast International Builders Wild Wasteland build. This is the 31 Ford. What I'm doing right now is I've got the brown rust, red rust, or whatever you want to call it, put on there, and I got it clear coated. And then what I'm going to do now is I used the water and salt method. So I put some salt on there and some water. I took some misted some water on there, and then put some salt on there. And now I'm going to put some of this antique white on there. I think that'll look good because it'll kind of give it an older type of a texture or color to it. And then we'll show you a little bit more what we're going to do, how to do that. Sometimes I've used glue. This time I'm trying the water method. Detailed up the interior, the little helmet that's in there, steel exhaust, front grille. Did that using a chrome pen. Another thing I did is I took in for the windshield, I put some bullet holes in. I don't know if you can see those really good, but you can see I did that. And what I did is I just took my pin vise, and then I just drilled some little holes in there. I didn't want to drive them in the driver's seat because that means the driver would be dead, but I figured I'd do some. I don't know if you can see that, yeah. So you can see those things as bullet holes that are in the windshield. So just some other little ways to detail that up. So we're going to get this thing in the paint booth and get some white put on there and see what we got. Okay, so we're back and we're starting to work on this. We've put the salt on it, as you saw, and now I'm working on trying to brush off with a toothbrush, trying to brush off the salt that's remaining on there, just to get those spots off of there. Just using a toothbrush. Get a little bit more on the hood and this trunk part. It's coming off. If you can see how that comes up. All right, so we're going to move on. Well, we're back, and here is our completed build for the Diecast International Builders September 5th Wild Wastelands build. Again, it was started out as a custom Model A Ford, 31 Ford. Again, I stripped it all down, painted it with some rust stuff, and did some rust effects with the salt effects and stuff. Just give it that, and give it that dusty and also that rusty type of a look. Again, this is just my urban wastelands vehicle. Changed the wheels that came with it. Another thing I did with this is I added those guns that are from Creepy Heroes, and you can see real close if you look. There are some bullet holes in the windshield of the car as well. Anyways, it was a fun build, and I want to thank Ron over at Somewhere Diecast, Mark at Matchbox Marks, Dan at Dan's Chop Shop, Cole at Kudas Customs, and also Caleb over at Opus for hosting this build. It was a fun build this month, and hope you'll check out all their builds and watch for the recap video later this month. And for all my viewers and subscribers, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Appreciate all your comments and support of the channel. And as always, God bless, and thanks for stopping by the shop.